Aloha everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Sports People Hawaii in Las Vegas. We've done 100 shows. This is number 101, so you know we got to do something special. Coming up over the next 30 minutes, we're going to have some fun right here in Las Vegas with some of the top coaches from back home. Rich Miano and Super Bowl champions like Jesse Sapolo and Ma'atano Basa. They put on a big Polynesian clinic here in Vegas. We're going to take you there and show you some of the best players on the high school level in the country, including some from Hawaii. Plus, we're going to head back to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway and check in with Team Papa John's. They have two guys from Hawaii that head up the crew. And guess what? Papa John himself was there this time. We're going to sit down and talk story with him about racing and the connection to the Hawaiian Islands. And speaking of the islands, you've probably heard about Gomes buses. Or we're going to sit down and talk to Mr. Gomes, a guy who grew up driving something, let's say, a little bit faster than a yellow school bus. But first, as always, we start with another tip to help you get fit quick.
Get Fit Quick, brought to you by Jocko Rehabilitation.
How you doing? This is Jocko from Jocko Rehab. Today we're going to talk about some spine health. Every one of us is sitting in traffic 2-3 hours a day. When you get out of the car, to prevent walking like this, you got to do some exercise and some stretches to get limber again and keep going with your day, get dinner for the kids. Anyways, this is Kat. She's a physical therapist working with us, and she's going to show some exercises when you're just getting out of the car and have to stretch out a little bit. Just lay down on a picnic table on the grass in your yard, wherever you want to be, and put pressure on your leg and keep that opposite shoulder on the ground. You're going to feel a stretch in this general area. It's really good. Next one is a stretch where you stretch a deep muscle inside your butt that you've been sitting on all the time, sitting in that car. So you got to really put your ankle on the other knee, make a figure 4, and stretch that butt. Third exercise she's going to show you is a stretch of a hip flexor. So after you've been sitting with your knee way up like this, you got to stretch this out, all right? So you lay down on a picnic table, on your couch, and stretch so that you feel the stretch right here. And then the last exercise is a stretch to the upper body to really get limber again in the shoulders, yeah, because you've been sitting forward, you've been holding the steering wheel for so long, so this is very important to do. If you do these exercises on a daily basis, you're going to feel stronger, more limber, and much less chance that you're going to see one of us in the clinic soon, I guarantee it.
Get Fit Quick, brought to you by Jocko Rehabilitation, keeping you in the game of life.
Every story has a journey, carried by the dancing wind. It is a soft explosion, echoing in the hearts of those that love. When open arms take flight, spread your love against the dark of night. Live for hope, long for passion. Live, love, 7 for life.
This segment of Sports People Hawaii is brought to you by Vacations Hawaii and the newly renovated California Hotel.
Hey, if you haven't been to Vegas for a while, a favorite for the local folks, the California Hotel. They've renovated and they got some very cool new things, including this.
Wow, we are so excited about this room. Over 20 TVs, all your favorite sports games. If you're visiting from Hawaii and you think you're going to miss out on something, we've got it here for you. Cal Sports Lounge, the best place to be here in town.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Sports People Hawaii. One big connection between Vegas and the islands, racing, and the NHRA recently back in Las Vegas. And we checked in once again with Team Papa John's, a team that has two guys from Hawaii who keep the dragster running smooth. And we also got to sit down and go one-on-one with the Papa John. Although he's best known for his pizza, John Schnatter's first love wasn't an oven, but rather cars. Schnatter, aka Papa John, says he started racing at the age of 15 and that cars literally paved his road to success. He says catching kids in their early teens not only teaches them to drive responsibly, but teaches them other skills that will serve them well throughout their lives.
That's where you have to get it right. that's where they can kind of go awry.
You know, racing is more about just driving the car and racing. You have to build the car, you have to pull maintenance on the car, you got to refine the motor, you've got to interact with the fans, you got to have interpersonal skills with your team to build a great race team. And so we're real proud of the youth program here at NHRA and what they do. And hey, our futures are youth. The young people of this country, they're the ones we're going to be dependent on.
This was Papa John's first car, 1971 Chevy Camaro Z28. But in 1984, as a young teen himself, he sold it to help his father's tavern stay afloat. Proceeds from that bar then provided the launching pad for John to carve out his own small little space, creating his first pies, and eventually to build a billion-dollar empire. Years later, he paid $250,000 to find the car and to buy it back.
This Z28, it got not only got a little pineapple color for the state of great state of Hawaii, but it also it's got the pineapple horsepower. I mean, you ain't gonna beat this baby.
And this pineapple gold Camaro isn't Papa John's only Hawaii connection. In fact, far from it. 2 years ago, he teamed up with Don Schumacher Racing with intentions of building the best team on the NHRA circuit. And heading that team, Hawaii brothers, Todd and Scott Okuhara.
You know, growing up, my parents had their machine shop. We worked, you know, Todd, myself, my oldest brother, Darren. You know, we all worked for our parents. And, you know, families went to the beach together. Families went to golf together. We went racing, you know, and that was how all of us, we did, this is what we're going to do together.
It's just really exciting to have new sponsors in here and beating Papa John, and he's been so great to the team, and just a regular guy, man. It's fun.
You kind of back paired up with your brother again, so that's got to be fun.
Yeah, you know, I lean on him so much to work on the race car, and it's just a lot less for me to worry about when I have him on my team.
They're just really smart. They're gentlemen. They're very kind. They're very quiet. They're very gracious, and they run our team, and we love them to death. It's kind of become a family, and we're out here giving pizzas away, and you know, so integrating with the fans, integrating with the teams,
Spreading the aloha.
spreading aloha, aloha.
And when it comes to sharing that aloha spirit, few, if any other drivers give back to the fans as much as team driver Leah Pritchett. For Papa John, the connection to her was immediate.
I met her. She had burns all up and down her arms where she'd worked on the clutch the night before. I used to have burns up and down my arms when I was making pizzas off the oven. The thing I'm most proud about Leah is, you know, that's the story of Papa John. You have nothing, you work hard, you're honest, you try to give back, you try to lead, you try to be a good person, you try to make a good pizza, in my case, in her case, try to run a fast car, and she's the American dream.
I think one of the coolest things about it is seeing the little girls that are at the front of the ropes that didn't have a role model or somebody to look to and never even thought it would be an option to be a race car driver. When I was little, there wasn't any real females that I really looked up to, and I never thought of it that way.
Now with the perfect team, sponsor, and crew around her, Pritchett and everybody associated with Team Papa John's can focus on their three primary missions. The first, of course, being winning.
A lot of incredible crew chiefs that are out here, but for Todd and I, we sync very well. We're each other's yin and yang, and I know that, you know, he enjoys this team, and he's done an incredible job of leading us to championship caliber.
I love working with her. She's got so much energy and so much enthusiasm that makes it really fun.
Their second mission, to teach.
The biggest thing, I think, is to promote safety. You know, everybody's going to race. I don't care if it's on the street or wherever, but if they know about safety and make, you know, people not getting hurt, I mean, that's probably the biggest goal. Without, I think, what we did in racing back home and my parents and what they, you know, my dad, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now, you know.
And the third mission, to always give back.
NHRA is Americana. and these folks are patriots. And the American dream is still alive and well. And that's what this is all about, is folks out here giving their best, you know, turning the wrench and making the country great and having a lot of fun in the process.
And that fun and connection resonates all the way back here to Hawaii.
It's my first time at an event like this, and it's unbelievable. The amount of people, the level of the cars, I mean, it's ground shaking, you know, the amount of noise that it makes. Everybody's got to try it at least once. But once you try it, you're going to be hooked on it.
That is one great All-American team. You got the Okahara brothers handling the machine. You got Leah Pritchett behind the wheel, and of course, Papa John backing it all. And stick around, everybody. When we come back, we're going to hit the gridiron here in Las Vegas. Some of the top prep stars in the country, coached by some of the top coaches in Hawaii, or anywhere for that matter.
5914777. Shoot-a-wah. Who's got the best deals in Vegas around? Who's got the good job? Shoot-a-doo. Call 5914777 today. Vacations Hawaii. Vacations Hawaii. Vacations Hawaii. Good luck, we go play. 5914777 today. Good luck, we go play.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. When it comes to getting into college these days, as a high school football player, getting that scholarship, it's a whole different ball game. The players, the parents, all looking to get a leg up. And recently here in Las Vegas, a lot of kids, hundreds of them, got that opportunity thanks in part to a lot of great teachers and mentors from Hawaii.
That's the way to place the football right there. And you threw it where he was, right? Nice shot.
It's said what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But what happened recently in the Nevada desert will be spreading across the nation like wildfire. More than 300 of the best high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors taking part in the first ever Polynesian Football Showcase.
28 states, 375 players, 40 from Hawaii, some of the best players in the country. Under the auspices of the umbrella of the Polynesian Hall of Fame, the Polynesian Bowl, the Polynesian Showcase, the Polynesian Classic, the brand of football in Polynesia.
Put another way, these are the best of the best who pay their own way to be coached up and matched up against the type of competition and players they're going to be going head-to-head with on the next level.
Jim Zorn's here. You know, what are the chances these kids get to talk to NFL former head coach and then myself? That's what it is. It's all about, it's giving them opportunities to use this game for a free education and not let the game use you.
The value of coming to some of these camps and getting their kids seen. You know, back in our days, there weren't many camps. A lot of guys weren't able to travel and go away, but these parents are starting to buy in, and you spend a little money, but the kids overall become better players, and the opportunities for colleges are out there.
Micah Soliai Howlett is part of the Kamehameha Schools Class of 2020. While he says he's still talking to schools, he doesn't have any firm offers yet. The combines like this can be a game changer.
It's amazing because in Hawaii we don't see the type of talent over here and the type of size over here. It's like you can't put a price on the type of things we're learning here either. All the technique, all these coaches have to teach us, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity to come here.
For the most part, all these kids are already in the crosshairs of some of the top college recruiters in the country. Performing well at combines like this could only raise their stock.
I didn't have this opportunity, and also it's pretty sacrificial, if you think about it, by the parents to be able to bring their kids to a camp like this, and it's a real advantage for, I think, all the positions that are here, because they're being coached with detail and aggressiveness. I mean, we're paying attention to details.
It's amazing what parents will do to get kids exposure, and this is what this is all about, 24/7, getting a 3-star rating, 4-star rating, 5-star, getting an invite to the Polynesian Bowl, which is one of the most prestigious bowl games in America.
From linemen to receivers to quarterbacks and slot backs, there are NFL coaches and Super Bowl champions overseeing everything and grading every one.
There it is. All right, very good, very good.
Also working with the QBs, Hawaii quarterback guru Vince Cassis, the man who helped to develop and mold Marcus Mariota and Tua Tagovailoa, among many, many others.
The experience for them is amazing. You know, they get to be around, high caliber players. The coaches that are here are really have an impressive resume. You know, Jim Zorn, Will Hewitt, from quarterback collectors. So for quarterbacks to be involved with all these quarterback coaches is amazing.
And one of those quarterbacks in attendance just happens to be the next in the long line of highly touted quarterbacks at St. Louis School, Jaden DeLora.
It's like hard to not think about it. It's a blessing to work with different coaches and learning different things. Like, you can only learn so much from one coach, and with all these other coaches, it's an opportunity to learn new stuff.
And knowing he's next in the line of those top-ranked quarterbacks to come from St. Louis is obviously something that he just can't overlook.
Don't pump it. There you go.
And while this combine is aimed at developing better football players, it's also about developing better people off the playing field.
There's life lessons taught by guys that have been at the highest level, that are successful in life. So these are role models for all of Polynesia. When you think 5-10 years ago, there was none of this. So this brand of Polynesian football, the exposure, the opportunity in the last 5 years has grown exponentially, and it's growing throughout the country. It's not just a Hawaii thing. It's not just a Polynesian Samoan thing. It's throughout the continent, and it's huge.
It's about giving them opportunities, giving back from my part of it. You know, when I grew up in Kalihi, there were coaches from all over that came and held me by the hand and said, it doesn't matter what people say, you can grow up in Kalihi and do something for yourself, and that's what we're trying to get back to the kids.
1, 2, 3. Tell you what, you can count on the fact that a lot of these kids here, including all the Hawaii kids, are going to be playing some big-time D1 college football. And stick around. When we come back, we take it back out to the racetrack and check in with the Hawaii guy who made his living driving buses. Hey, next time you're in Vegas and happen to be in downtown, check out the newly renovated California Hotel. You're going to love it. Some great new restaurants. They got the pool, the gym, and believe me, they have some suites that truly are sweet. Hey, welcome back, everybody. If you've been in the islands for a lot of years, you've seen the name Gomes on the sides of the old school buses. Well, it turns out the Gomes family, a lot of them like to ride in something that goes a little bit faster than that little yellow school bus. Pay a visit to Brian Gomes at his home.
This car my dad and I built back in 1993, 94. And this is the first car that my dad and I rebuilt. I don't have kids, but this is my baby.
Or at his shop.
Check everything. The ham joints all look good on the 4-link.
Yeah, they're not old.
They're not old. Chocolate tape are good.
And there's a pretty good chance you're going to find him working on his cars. For the Gomes family, putting the rubber to the road dates back more than half a century.
My grandfather used to race out in Kahuku. I had an uncle who used to race out in Kahuku. And then when Kahuku track closed, in the 60s when they opened Hawaii Raceway Park, my grandfather raced down there. And then I have uncles, my dad raced down there.
But it hasn't always been about racing for the Gomes family. In fact, quite the opposite. For decades, Gomes was the first name when it came to getting children to and from school safely every day. His father, David, started Gomes School Bus Company for one simple reason.
He would go to work and seeing the kids, walking in the rain because they had private buses that would run along the coastline. And by the time the kids would get to Hiakea, by the pier, the bus would get there, the kids didn't have room, the bus was full. So my grandfather decided to, get a bus and help out the community, and that's how he started the bus business.
But while school buses were the profession, race cars were always the passion.
Yeah, that's my race car. Truthfully, that was my street car, and I bought it. and it was kind of a hot rod, and took it down the track and ran it down the track a couple of times, and my dad told me, you're either going to race the car full on race, or you're going to drive it on the street, because if you're going to do both, it's going to cost you too much money.
Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight at the Maui Raceway Park, home of the Vallejo Tavern Association.
Recently, Gomes spent a good chunk of money shipping his car to Maui, where he put the pedal to the metal at the Raceway Park there and came out number 1.
How exciting was that? Talk about that experience.
Well, I haven't won a race for a while, and ever since the track closed down, Hawaii Raceway Park closed down, the last race we had there, I came runner-up. From that time to now, that was, I don't know, many years, but I finally won a race in Maui, and that was a very exciting thing for me.
Brian's victory even recognized by Governor David Ige, who commended Gomes for his lifelong commitment to racing in a safe and legal manner.
Shows that we're doing the right thing. We're racing out on the correct place, not on the street.
So 7-Eleven Hawaii, our ongoing theme is your neighborhood store, and we try to build more stores to support other communities. And I think the Gomes family really connects with that theme, and they've always been helping people around them in their neighborhoods, as well as in other neighborhoods. So they've come full circle.
And back to Brian's need for speed. He has 2 dreams. First, to see a raceway return here to Oahu. And second, to one day race with the big boys on the mainland. What Brian wouldn't give to get in his car and take a ride down the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But he's had his time. And that does it, because our time's up. Thanks for watching Sports People Hawaii from Vegas, and mahalo as always to Nike Golf for keeping us dry, fit, and cool. Until next time, Howard Dashevsky, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode back in Honolulu with Sports People Hawaii.